Hey traders, Nick Shaheen here looking at Tesla. Somebody just literally pinged me in the chat room saying, Tesla, are you bullish or bearish on it? My answer was yes. What? Both. So I don't care. Let's look at the price action to see who actually is controlling it. Then we can determine if I'm bullish or bearish. Plus, the answer relies on what's the outlook, time frame. Are they looking for today, tomorrow, a week from now, in general, for 6 months, for 6 years? The answer is different. Am I bullish or bearish? Yes, I'm bullish and bearish. It depends on the time frame. So I can give you my impression. This is a relatively short period of time. It's 30-day candles. So every candle here is half an hour. So first of all, today is Monday, an incredible day in the stock market today. Tesla ended up down 1.5%, but that was a win where they came from below. Plus, it's been holding better than the markets. I'll tell you what I mean by that. Relative to its own lows. So we know that this is a very fast moving stock. I had downside targets set for it lower, but this answer here is for the relatively short term. I did another video for the FANG gang and I included it. I called it FANG Mat because Microsoft, Apple, and Tesla belong in the same conversation. They're gigantic companies. Altogether are almost the whole freaking NASDAQ, okay? So we have to look at them individually too. So this is the individual Tesla. So I can tell you just from looking at it here, the bears have it, right? Pops are being sold, lower highs, lower lows. It's a fact, it's not an opinion. So if that upsets you, we can debate it in the comment, just keep it clean. By the way, yes, I encourage you to do comments, like the video, or is there a dislike? Is there a button for disliking? Do it if you don't like it. If you don't see value or if you see me doing something bad, go ahead and dislike it. What I'm trying to find out is where the levels are that matter and who's controlling the price action, because that helps us determine what's the likely forward path from here. And that's the goal. What's the stock going to do from here? First of all, it's not going to trade in a vacuum. What does that mean? If Mr. Powell poops all over the market on Wednesday, this is not going to rally back regardless of what we think, right? So it does not trade in a vacuum. I doubt he was going to do that. So I'm thinking everything is going to rally Wednesday afternoon. So let's look at the lines I have on it. And I did update it in the middle of the day. Somebody asked me, what are you doing, Nick? What's this red line? This is not my path. This is be careful of what can happen. Okay, so we bounced hard twice today from a double bottom. So I laid this out and I said, price was still here when I shared these lines. I drew 3 lines. This one down here, the green one in the middle, and the red one on top. I said it has support. I can count on it holding, but if it doesn't, trapdoor opens. Where? I don't know. We look left to find that out, but we don't need to because it didn't happen. And at the time, the price was somewhere here. I said we have mini support here. I believe there's a mini word right there, right before support. So for today, that was a mini support at 867-ish. Then it had a roof around 909. So I said play the range until one of the sides breaks. And the one above broke, and it went almost to the target. And they closed. Now they faded a little bit, I think, after the close, trying to establish footing. So tomorrow morning, if the markets open up, it might meander higher. Now, here's the trick. So I wonder what this is. I'm afraid. Okay, never mind. Somebody was asking where the points were in the conversation. So here is, let's say tomorrow morning we open up. The market is here somewhere. Well, if the bears have been succeeding, and they happen by selling a trend, and this is not like a line. I'm not trying to connect 2 dots. The trend of selling pops, regardless of how big they are. They're going to try. And if they are able to, and if the market swoons tomorrow, Tesla could do this. So what I want to know, pay attention to, when it swoons, I would like them, the bulls, to maintain a higher low trend so we can come to a pinch. So we avoid this altogether, because if we don't and we come down to here on Wednesday, Powell says something, oh, I'm auto control, cruise, what did he say in 2018? I'm on cruise control of my rate hikes. We're going lower. So I don't think he's going to say it. You'd think he'd learned his lesson from 2018 because the market crashed into Christmas and then he had to restart his QE. So let's hope that they'll make progress with higher lows. They'll tackle this attempt to sell it tomorrow and snap out of it. And then the next line, the battle will be the 1,000 line. So that's the price action that I anticipate. So the bear, I have to acknowledge, the bears are in control short term. The bulls have made great progress. They overcame a hurdle. They need to hold that hurdle and use it as a base for mounting improving conditions, higher lows, to attack the problem areas one at a time. Okay? So that's what I anticipate. Now, if this is lost, I'm not going to tell you how low it can go, because it can go low, but it will be a buy the dip opportunity. But I don't think this happens alone. The market has to correct. So if the market corrects, great stocks also correct. I had several alerts that I shared with the members that had downside targets, and they played out and then some. So this was one. I said head and shoulders to 900 minus, and guess what? I think 880 to 890 was my target, and this was my target if that played out, and it did. So let's zoom out to see if we can get a gauge. Actually, let me go to a daily. Zoom out completely. Take out the lines. So when I said it's holding better than the market, this is the December low. The market has already crashed through its October lows, which are here. Tesla has been relatively higher. So that's what I meant when I said it's holding better. However, now they recovered this. I hate the fact that they poked it, but they recovered it, thank God. If they come back and lose it, I think they can bleed down to 760 or 720. Just drip. And I would be going long if that happened somehow, selling puts or put spreads or buying. Don't like to buy stuff, but hey, this is the stock to buy stuff in because it rallies pretty fast. In other words, I believe in the support more so than in the courage of these idiotic investors out there. They still short this company like it's still a crappy fundamental company, and it's so far from it. They're just blind. They're just emotionally, Tesla is ridiculous. If it wasn't for the credits and this and that, doesn't matter. Just look at the gross profit it delivers. It's making money. So anyway, it's a completely different company right now. So that's the Tesla. Am I bullish or bearish? Yes, I am bullish long term. If the stock markets are higher in the future, based on current conditions, Tesla should be higher. And when I said the bears have it, look, every pop is being sold in a descending trend of lower lows and lower highs. So it is inside of a descending channel. These are not, I put these down here. This is, okay, so I'm not connecting dots. So I'm not saying, oh, look, it broke above the line. No, this is behavior. There's ping-ponging lower. You want to snap out of it. How do you do that? You establish a bottom, you start making higher lows, you beat prior fails, and you snap out of it a little bit sideways. Riptides, I live in California, so riptides, how do you get out of riptides? You don't try to swim against it. You try to go sideways to slide out of it, right? So this is where you just want to meander this way, a little bit higher lows, and slide out of this descending channel. All right, sliding out.